Hey, welcome back. If you're here, it's probably because you can already add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions, but now you want to know about mixed numbers and improper fractions. Oh, the powers that be! If numbers weren't hard enough, once you conquer those, they give you fractions. And after fractions, they put them together and say now you have to deal with whole numbers and fractions. And we call those mixed numbers. Mixed numbers can also be written as what's called an improper fraction. So today we're going to explore how to convert between a mixed number and an improper fraction.
So from this way to a mixed number and this way back to an improper fraction. You'll see it's really easy.
And I know that some of you sit in math class every day feeling like it's taught in a different language. Oh, indingao, mai, hunda, po, yin, gwin, ga, hundai, ging, go, wa, pa, ging, gao. Oh, you know, hingin, duma, huna, oh. I'm sure glad he's not teaching my math class. So let's go ahead and get on with the mixed numbers here, right? Let's review. How do we even end up with a fraction? Look at my incredible drawing of a pizza here. Looks delicious, I know. Can you count the slices? I see 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we were writing a fraction for this pizza, it would be 6 out of 6 slices. Anytime the numerator is equal to the denominator, meaning the top number and the bottom number are exactly the same, we know it equals one whole. One whole pizza. Okay, so let's look at how we end up with a mixed number. What if you and your friend ate a pizza and an additional half of a pizza? That is 1 1/2 pizzas. That is a mixed number. It's a whole number combined with a fraction. Here's our whole, and this is our fraction. Let's see what that looks like. We know that one's 1 pizza, that's easy. How many slices do we have down here though? We have 3 slices, and that's 3 out of 6. Because the whole pizza is 6 slices, 3 of them is half. 1, 2, 3 slices of pizza, which is half of another pizza. So let's look at that. This we would write as 3 out of 6. These two numbers combined make a mixed number. We can combine them and make a mixed number. 1 and 3 over 6. That shows 1 1/2 pizzas. We can always reduce this 3 over 6 to 1 over 2. But this is 1 3/6 of a pizza. That is a mixed number. Okay, so what is an improper fraction? An improper fraction doesn't use whole numbers. So let's count the slices of pizza that we have here. I see 9 slices. And since 1 whole pizza is out of 6, an improper fraction for this pizza is 9 over 6. An improper fraction always has a larger number on the top. That's how we know it's an improper fraction. If the fraction is improper, the number on top will be larger than the number on the bottom.
The fraction is improper, the number on top will be larger than the number on the bottom.
Okay, so now that we know what an improper fraction is and a mixed number, we need to figure out how to convert between the two. We want to go from a mixed number to an improper fraction and from an improper fraction to a mixed number. It's very simple. Actually, I think I'm going to bring in my friend Skip to help us along the way here. He's really good with numbers, so let's see what Skip has to say about all this. Hey guys, it's me, Skip. Oh, there you are. Hey, it's me, Skip. They call me that, cause I'm good with numbers and I never skip a step. So I got two things for you today. The first is we're going to convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. And then we're going to do the reverse. The reverse. We're going to take an improper fraction and convert it to a mixed number. So we want to convert this mixed number to an improper fraction. So we're going to take this 3 and multiply it by this 3. Hey Skip, that's a glue stick. I think you're going to need a marker. Kind of feels like a marker though. You can see that's an easy mistake. So I got a marker. It's a marker this time. I'm going to take this bottom number and multiply it here. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then I'm going to add this 2. So I take this number times this number, and then I add this number. And then I'm just going to keep the bottom number the same. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. So my answer is 11 over 3. And we know this is an improper fraction because the top number is bigger than the bottom number. So let's do another one. 5 and 7 over 11 is the mixed number. What is the improper fraction? So I'm going to say 11 times 5. So 11 times 5 is 55. And then we want to add this number. So we go in this direction. We say 11 times 5 is 55. 55 plus 7 is 62. 62 over 11. That's the improper fraction. And right, again, the top number is bigger than the bottom. That means it's improper. So now we have an improper fraction. We want to make this improper fraction into a mixed number. So the first thing we're going to do is see how many times this number goes into this into... Skip, those are scissors. No, it shouldn't even feel like a marker. Just don't want you to hurt anybody, but I think you need a marker. Oh. Okay, so what we're going to do is see how many times 4 goes into 13. 4 goes into 13 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. And it's going to have a remainder of 1. These are the 3 important numbers. This 4, this 3, and this 1. These will make up the mixed number. This 3 is the whole number. It's how many times 4 goes into 13. This 4 is still the bottom number, and this 1 is the numerator, or the remainder. Do you see? Whole number, denominator, numerator. It's pretty easy. So now we're going to do one that is a little bit tougher. This is 41 over 9. That is the improper fraction. So we're going to divide again. We take 9 and we want to know how many times does it go into 41. I can see that 9 goes into 41 4 times. 4 times 9 is 36, with a remainder of 5. Can you see that? Can you see that? Okay, I see it. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Okay, so remember, this stays the same. This 4 is our whole number. This 5 becomes the numerator. And this is still the denominator. And that's how you convert between mixed numbers and improper fractions. Alrighty. Thanks, Skip. That was great. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is figure out how to add mixed numbers and subtract mixed numbers. And there's no reason to be scared of mixed numbers, right? Math does not have to be a scary place.
Welcome to math class. Today you have an exam covering everything.
Whoa, that was a little scary, but that is what it feels like on test day, right? I know, especially when you don't know how to work the problems. So let's keep moving. Alright, so let's take a pretty simple example here of adding two mixed numbers. Up here I have 3 2/3 and 1 1/2, and I want to add these together. And I'm going to use improper fractions. So what do you think the first step is? Right! We need to convert them to improper fractions. So let's convert them. And we'll do as we learned from Skip, right? So we need to take this number and multiply it times this number and then add this number, right? So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11. And I keep the denominator from the mixed number. So 11 over 3. And I want to add that to 1 1/2. So let's convert 1 1/2 to a mixed number. I need to do 2 times 1, which is 2, and then add 1 more, which is 3. And I keep the same denominator of 2. So my improper fraction is 3 over 2. The next step is to find a common denominator. This is where your rules of fraction should apply. In order to find the common denominator, the easiest thing to do is multiply this number and this number by 2. And on this one, we're going to multiply this and this by 3. Do you see that? Okay, so let's rewrite these. 11 times 2 is 22. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. And 2 times 3 is 6. And now it's easy to add. They have a common denominator. Now that they have the same denominator or a common denominator, we can just add the top two numbers and keep the bottom number the same. 22 plus 9 equals... That's right, 31 over 6. And that's our improper fraction. So we want to turn this improper fraction into a mixed number. So we're going to divide. We want to see how many times does 6 go into 31. Right? 6 goes into 31 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30 with a remainder of 1. This 1 is going to be our numerator. This is our denominator and this is our whole number. It's really simple. So this 5 becomes our whole number. The 6 is still the denominator, and the remainder, or this 1, is our numerator. Pretty simple. So we would write the answer as 5 and 1/6. Can you see where all of these are coming from? The remainder is just the new top number. The bottom number doesn't change from our improper fraction. And the whole number is how many times? Every time it works just like this. Okay, so now we're going to subtract mixed numbers. Same process as adding mixed numbers, except we subtract. You're right. Cool. So let's look at it. Let's go ahead and convert both of these over. And I'm going to go ahead and draw my lines on here. It helps me keep track of things. I know that I multiply these and then I add it to this. I know I'm going to multiply these and add it to this one. So let's go ahead and do this one together. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And I keep the same number on the bottom. I'm going to draw my subtraction sign. And here I have 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. And I keep the 4. This subtraction problem is pretty easy. I see that 4 is actually going to be what my common denominator is. So if I just multiply this by 2 on both the top and the bottom, I end up with 18 over 4. And I didn't need to change this second fraction, and now it's an easy subtraction problem. 18 minus 11 is 7, that's right. And my denominator stays the same, so I end up with 7 over 4 as my improper fraction. Do you remember the last step? Great! We're going to turn this improper fraction into a mixed number. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, we want to turn 7 over 4 into a mixed number. We want to see how many times 4 goes into 7. 4 goes into 7 one time. With a remainder of 3. It's pretty simple at this point. We're almost finished. We just need to see how we get a mixed number from this. Do you remember? That's right. The 1 becomes our whole number. The 3, or the remainder, becomes our numerator. And we keep the denominator from the original problem. So 1 3/4 is the final answer. Hey guys, it's your boy Skip. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hey guys, it's your boy Skip. Just hit the script. I just can't say that word. Just hit the red button and so you see more videos.